So when you play against these types of guys that play really loose, really wild, you know that somebody's obviously not playing GTO. What's the reaction?
Well, there's not a lot of. It's tough to get into their.
Is it like playing
thinking.
chess where somebody plays like a bizarre opening because they just don't know the good openings, and you're like, all right, well, fuck, we're dancing in the dark here.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
It's kind of like dancing in the dark. Hey guys, it's JC with Drop the Book. I'm sure you're already betting this NFL season with DraftKings, FanDuel, or your local bookie. It's time to drop your book and bet juice-free. You're getting screwed by the juice. It's crushing everyone. It's crushed me in my sports betting history. And now I'm betting juice-free with my friends on DropTheBook.com. You can add me at username T1000. Start your 1-week free trial today, and let's gamble on a fair platform.
Dude, I gotta tell you, when I ride my bike over here, it feels like the entire city of Austin is on a mission to just fucking murder me.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude. You get out there, you start riding, you get in that bike lane, dude, and people just make the most illegal maneuvers I've ever seen. Like, people will be on the other side of the road. They're going down. They're just driving, and then all of a sudden they're like, I should bang a U-turn right now.
And kill Joe Begley.
Right now and get directly in front of him and be like, what the fuck?
Well, they missed.
They missed. I mean, dude, but I try to remind myself that, like, I am a hypocrite, because when I do ride my bicycle, I do run red lights. I don't stop at stop signs. I make, like, illegal moves, and I'm sure everybody else is like, what an asshole. But I'm not almost killing anybody.
Are you one of those bikers that drive or ride a bike in the lane, like a car lane?
So if I do ride in the road, I try to be really polite and, like, get out of the way and wave cars on, because I know that I'm in the way. The guys that piss me off are the guys that ride like 15 miles an hour in the middle of the road, and they're just like knowing that they have a legal right to be there and are doing it like almost as a protest to tell everybody like, hey,
I don't like it.
I have a right to be here, so get out of the way and just wait. And you're like, no, dude, the only reason I'm in the road is because there's no bike lane and my option is road or sidewalk. And the sidewalk, there's too many fucking people on it. You look like a dickhead on the sidewalk. You also look like a dickhead in the road. So I'm like, I'll be in the road. If cars pile up behind me, I get out of the way. I let them go. I get back on the road.
You seem to be in better spirits.
I do?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I'm just noticing.
I'm just jacked up, dude.
And your sets, I haven't seen one of your sets in a few weeks, but the little clips I've seen, it looks like you're having more fun.
I'm having a great time, dude.
Are you getting more laughs? Are they going better?
Yeah, so I'm just kind of like talking about what I want to talk about. I had this realization with stand-up.
The dark cloud seems to have
The dark
lifted.
clouds are beginning to lift, and I'll tell you a couple things that happened, but there's one thing with stand-up where I always sit down and I ask myself 2 questions before a set. I'm like, what's working and what am I working on, right? And I realized that I was never sitting down before a set and asking myself, what do I want to talk about? Like, what's something that I'm like, oh, that's fucking funny. I want to talk about that. I'm more so asking like, hey, what's new? I got to work on the new stuff. And it's like, no, I don't. I got to work on whatever I think is like interesting. And since I've started talking about things that I think are interesting, it's made stand-up like more fun. And I've been crushing on shows that I have no business crushing on.
So you're having fun again.
I'm having fun. And also, like, I used to get so stressed out before the Hidalgos that I would just bomb aggressively. And my business partner, Will Howard, being the fucking great guy that he is, I go on stage at 8:30. He's like, I don't want you doing anything starting at 7:30. You are not to touch a cooler. Do not check anyone in. Don't go outside.
Don't get yourself stressed out.
Yeah, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So that's been great. And then the bike has helped. And then, dude, we had this like kind of like uncovery with me and my therapist, which was after F1. I came in after the week of F1, and she's like, this is the most relaxed I've seen you the entire time we've been working together. She's like, I think I'm starting to realize something about you. She's like, you like shitty things. You like working 80 hours in 6 days and just getting out of your own head. So like, that's your version of a vacation from now on. Like, you can go to like Punta Cana and hang out, but like also you should just like find time to just spend 30 hours in a weekend washing dishes at a Mexican restaurant. because you seem to enjoy it. So I'm like, okay,
You're happier
cool.
when your mind's busy.
Yeah, garbage men sing while they work, man. That's what Mike Rowe said. So
Who's that?
he's the guy that did Dirty Jobs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Is he still alive?
Oh yeah,
Kicking? Cool.
He's alive, kicking. What's going on with you, dude?
What is going on? Same old. Lots of poker. I started training Muay Thai and jiu-jitsu.
Whoa, yeah.
2 weeks ago, I think I told you that. So that's going.
How's the
That's twice a
jiu-jitsu
week.
coming along?
I'm just learning. I don't know anything. Like I'm such an infant at it, and just the basics are. It's it's a whole new world.
Well, when I was going to 10th Planet, I was running into big time issues where there were a couple problems to me, which was like they have beginner, intermediate, and advanced classes, right? Mm-hmm. And when they say beginner, what they really mean is like all levels, right? So what would happen is you'd get into the classes and it wasn't like, okay, the class for a beginner like me literally should have been, okay, when you put somebody in a seatbelt hold, you can grip your hands like this.
Yeah.
Or you can grip them like this, but don't grip them like this. Like basic shit like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It should have been real basics, but instead it was put your arm around this guy. Then what you're going to do is you're going to increase pressure between them and then sweep the leg, then get on top. Then you're going to go for your hand here and here. And it's like, dude, we don't need to learn 8 moves at once. Like they should have a class there called jiu-jitsu for absolute beginners.
Yeah.
Like week 1, class 1, this is the intro to the intro. And it was just too advanced. And dude, like another thing that kept happening, and it's still kind of like a problem for me, was I went in there and I was getting choked out by these guys. And I was having a bit of an ego about it, and I was letting it go on for too long. And I like damaged my windpipe from it.
Trying to wrestle guys that are way out of your class, out of your league.
See, it was actually the problems were coming with the guys way out of my league were not an issue because they're really smart and they know that they've got me. So they're not trying.
So it's other amateurs.
It's other amateurs and just being like stubborn. They kept getting hurt.
I've been debating. There's this one game that I've been playing for a while in town, and I've said it so many times that I'm not going to play it anymore. Mm-hmm. I think I'm down like $250,000 at the game, and every week I just lose. There's just something about it. It's just there's so much variance in poker, and just certain players will notice like that they'll always like win or lose around certain other players. Mm-hmm. And then location's also another like superstition thing where it's like, oh, like here I win and then at this room I lose. And it's just our brains, just noticing patterns. But yeah, for some reason like this game, and I've watched it intently and I trust it. So I don't think like anything shady is going on, but whenever I play it, I just get crushed. In this last, I've had so many of these stories where it's like just hands or this last time I went, the last hand I played, it was a 60K pot and I had sevens and it was 4 ways. I raised to 1,000 pre-flop. It's a big game. 4 ways to a queen 7-4 flop. Mm-hmm. Rainbow. So there's no flush draw. Queen 7-4. Checks to me, I bet. Get 2 callers. Turn queen.
What was your hand?
7-7.
7-7.
So I have middle set. Mm-hmm. So I bet the flop. I get check called in 2 spots. Turn queen. They both check. I bet again. They both call. The river is a deuce. There's no flush.
Somebody's got a queen.
Sure. I hope so. You would think with 2 callers. So they both check to me. I bet big again. First guy folds. Second guy goes all in for like, I think I had maybe like a 9 or 10,000 back. I bet like 11,000 on the river. And I can't really fold. I mean, I only lose to queen 7, queen 4, and queen deuce. And those are pretty unlikely hands. And I beat all the big queens. I beat 4s full. And he had queen 7 offsuit. So he flopped top 2, I flopped middle set, and his only card that he could win with is a queen, and he hits the queen, and I get stacked, and I don't even rebuy, and the game was decent. I'm just highly considering just not playing it anymore. It's been a few years, but I've never.
Are you getting beaten by pros or are you getting beaten by amateurs there?
Both.
Okay.
Well, it's not a very pro heavy game. A lot of amateurs. I get crushed by a lot of recreationals.
So I will say this:
I wouldn't keep going back if it was all pros just beating me.
Yeah. So you think there's some sort of advantage? Do you think you're just running bad?
Yeah. I mean, I should be winning in the game. There might be one player that's consistently better than me at the table.
Now you said you think that it's an honest game. Mm-hmm. Is there any indication, any alarm bells at all going off that maybe something funky's going on, or is it like, hey, you got to run bad somewhere?
It's such a small percentage in my head, mm-hmm. that it's not something.
There's no auto shufflers or anything. They're doing it by hand. There
is a machine, but then they do things to protect against it too. You can shuffle after the machine, stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I've just gone and lost for a long time now, and it's getting I don't know. It seems like I should be winning in the game, and I'm just not. I'm trying to think of like a game that I've played consistently that I've lost in, mm-hmm. and there's just not very many. Maybe one or two others in the last 10 years. It's very rare. If I play a game for any like decent amount of time, I'm going to end up winning in the game.
So do you think this is just like, you're going to play poker for a long amount of time. You're going to play poker in a lot of different spaces, sort of in the same way that you have like variation on different games.
I really haven't found a game I can't beat. Mm-hmm. And this game seems, I just can't beat it, or I haven't been able to. There's a ton of variance in poker, so it could just be, I'm just running poorly there. That's what keeps me going back, because the game seems to be great, and I have friends that I know that win a lot in the game, and they're not professionals. I just, for whatever reason, get my face kicked in every week, and I'm like, okay, all right, see you guys next week.
See you next week.
But so many times I've left, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna not play that. But then the next week comes around, and I'm like, how can I say no? There's like one or two pros there, the rest are recreationals, and it's a good group of guys, and it's like it's a big action game. It's tough to say no to.
Yeah.
But that's been on my mind a lot.
I mean, dude, I think to make a stand-up analogy out of anything, there are certain rooms that I go to that I know for a fact are good rooms. It's not that there's 10 people there. There's a lot of people there. There's so many fucking people there, and I still bomb every time I go there when other people do well. There's a couple of them. Most notable, Alamo Drafthouse in Mueller. I fucking eat a dick at the Alamo. I've done like 20 shows at the Alamo Drafthouse in Mueller. I fucking suck shit every time I go there.
It's a tough room. It's a hard room.
You know what it is though? There's certain things that me, with the way that my brain is wired, I cannot get around. And it's little distractions are the things that I struggle with the most. Like if there's something in a room that just takes my attention away from what I'm doing, I'm fucked, because I lose my train of thought really easy, and it's hard for me to get back on. At the Alamo Drafthouse in Mueller, there are two different things going on. One, the bar there is the bar for the entire movie theater. So when you order a beer or a cocktail upstairs, the bar downstairs makes it. So even though
waiters are going in and out,
even though the show is fucking like everyone's paying attention, the drinks are going upstairs, so the bartenders are shaking espresso martinis. Things are going crazy. And then on top of that, the elevator that you use to go upstairs is in the room. And the only people that use the elevator are the elderly, the disabled, people with large groups of children. So like you'll be on stage and then out of nowhere, like a 400-pound woman in a mobility scooter has to go upstairs during your set. And in my case, I'm talking about how I'm not gay, but I have jerked off to gay porn maybe. And it's like so fucking awkward, man. There's just no way around it. And it's like, dude, I've kind of realized that I'm like, to JC's point, I go, you know what, man? There's a million rooms in this city that I do well in. That's not one of them. I'm just not going back anymore. I'm just not going to go there unless I absolutely fucking have to. It's not something that I'm going to do.
Yeah. But you also haven't left $250K.
Yeah, so that's my 250.
I have $250,000 sitting at this game that's gone out of my pocket. I would like that back, or at least a chance. You know, like it's hard to just be like, all right, yeah, just keep it. I'll play elsewhere.
Yeah.
I feel like at some point too, you have to start being like, am I the whale? Do every week they go, oh, thank God, JC's coming this week. We're gonna make some money.
I would love if that was like the case. The other frustrating thing about this situation is I'm told I'm a pro every time, and I'm treated like I kind of have to jump through hoops to get into the game. That's extremely frustrating when you're down hundreds of thousands of dollars and you're like, well, you know, like, what are you going to do to get in the game? It's like, what about all the money I've lost?
So when you play like small games that are not run by pros, that are not frequented by pros, and they're hitting you up and they're like, and you're trying to get into this game, how do you get in? Do you hope they don't know anything about you? They've never seen you play, or do you just address the fact that they've seen you?
That was more of a, when I first moved here to Austin 5 years ago, there was like a little bit of, there was a little bit of that because no one knew who I was. And so I went into a local room and then I just asked for bigger action. I was like, is there, you know, because all they offered was like 2.5. And I sat down and I was playing 2.5. I was like, oh, I like PLO. I like to play bigger PLO. And they're like, oh, there's private PLO, home games. There's one going on right now. It was like the first time I went into the room. I got sent to a home game. And then those guys all kind of asked, you know, what I did, who I was. And I told the truth that, you know, I had a trust fund, which is true. Now that trust fund
is funded by yourself.
that trust fund, you know,
self-funded
didn't have
trust fund.
Yeah, that trust fund didn't have much put in it, you know, from my father when he passed, and it was long gone. And I'd been playing poker to, you know, make my living for years, but they didn't need to know that. So you kind of just like, you know, you reveal sort of information that can be like, okay, like, you know, he's not a pro. But then eventually they catch on when typically like you're just winning all the time. And then, you know, 3 or 4 months later, I was not invited anymore. And then, but by that time I made friends and they liked me. So they just gave me a break, and then I would play public games, and then they invited me back a few months later, and it kind of went back and forth like that for a while. But now there's none of that because of the streams and everything. Everyone knows that, you know, I play, so there's no concealing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all just out in the open. So yeah, if the games...
But I feel like the streams have actually helped you get into more stuff, because even though you're a pro, it's not just like, oh, this is a good player. There's an excitement about playing with you. Like people are like, this is cool. Yeah,
that's definitely in there. And then I give good action. So I'm not... a guy that's going to show up and not play hands and just play tight and people enjoy playing with me too. So that's a big part of it. I'm gonna play a lot of hands. In the long run, I'm probably gonna win, but the action players are gonna enjoy it because I'm gonna put thousands of dollars in with shit hands because I don't mind to gamble. Mm-hmm. And so there's different ways to go about it.
I think that's like an extra part of the math with the private games, right? Which is
it's baked in.
Which like is if you're sitting there, you can't play fucking GTO as a pro at a local card
what it's
game.
It's about keeping the fucking seat. Mm-hmm. So if that's giving EV back, expected value, by just playing shit hands and gambling, especially when it's close to 50-50 and you're the pro at the table, which is something Maddie taught me a while back. If you're playing private games as a professional and there's a spot that's close, just put the money in. Turn over your cards and have fun and root for your hand.
Yeah.
You don't need to like try to eke out every edge. You're not playing against professionals. You're playing against guys that want to have fun, that it's their hobby. They're not trying to eke out an hourly. So if you have a flush draw and it's 60-40, give the guy or 70-30, give the guy the edge and just put the money in and run it.
And you're gonna
get the edge back when the stacks get deeper. When you have to make, you're going to get to make better decisions. You're making more quality decisions for weeks and months and years playing this game. It's going to come back. So in the short term, gamble it up as the pro on the table. And I mean, I've done this and I've been so much more successful than so many better players than me, because they don't get that part. They've gotten stuck in these public games where they have to protect every edge. They can't give away $1. They tip the waitresses. The tips are calculated. Every pot's calculated. They can't give an edge. They can't give it like an inch because they're trying to eke out every dollar, and that's a really rough way to make a living. And you're just not going to get into good games playing like that. So you have to give action. You have to show you're willing to gamble, and then the reward is that you get a permanent seat in a game where you're going to make better decisions in the long run than pretty much everyone else. And so the money will come back, but you can't be afraid of losing.
So let me ask you this. You said that there was the game where you're down $250,000 with time, right? Like over the course
like 2 years.
Over the course of 2 years, you've lost $250,000 at this table. Now, you say most of these private games that you play, just like for fun games, you loosen up a little bit. Do you think because and you also said that at this game, you're having a tough time getting in. Sometimes you're having a tough time getting a seat at the table.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because you've gone down $250,000 and now you're trying to play more optimal? You're trying to play more like you would like on stream at the lodge at this game?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just, it's being labeled a pro. And once you're labeled a pro in certain games, you're just treated like that, whether you win or lose. I don't think that's the right way to go about it. Being in private games this long, the right way to go about it is looking at the numbers and looking who's down, looking who's funding the game. Whoever's funding the game, whether they're pro or not, needs to be elevated. And then the people that are...
What do you mean by elevated?
They get seats. So if you're funding a game, if you're the main contributor, like the main loser,
if you're the big whale,
sure, you're going to get a seat every single game. First, because you get you. So note to the listeners: if you're playing in a local game and the guy running it calls you every week, reconsider. No, it's just. So I mean, I've been a big winner in games and I've been a big loser, and yeah, when you're the loser, you get you get priority seating. You get a chance of trying to get your money back.
Mm-hmm.
And two, like everyone's enriching their pockets through you. So you're going to get, a seat at the table, whether you're pro or not. That's how it should be looked at. And until you're up in the game and winning, then once you're up in the game and winning, if you're a professional, then you've taken away from the game. You're earning from the game. Then your right to a seat
goes away.
Mm-hmm. Now it's discretion. Now it's whoever's making the list, it's their discretion if they want to let you play or not. But you can't argue like, hey, no, I've earned this seat. No, like you're up money in the game, and if we give you a seat, we give you a seat, and if we don't, sorry, no problem at all.
Yeah.
As a recreational or a guy that's a businessman that gives good action, he can win as much as he wants. They're going to keep inviting him back because long term he's not going to be a winning player, throughout the years.
Now, have you always understood this, or was there a point where you weren't getting invited to certain games and you would get like feelings hurt or doubt yourself about something?
I get slightly upset when those courtesies aren't followed. And, I've been in situations where they haven't really been followed.
Explain.
No, like, being down a lot in a game and then having to
continue to
jump through hoops to get a seat.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
Yeah, it's got to be brutal.
I mean, life goes on. It's not a huge deal. It's just it's a slight inconvenience.
Slight inconvenience considering how well you've been playing. I'm sure it's like, but it's
sure. Yeah. It's not a huge deal. It's just a private game dynamics that, you work through, and I don't have to play the game. So we'll see what happens. It's tough. Like, I enjoy the company at this game, and it's a good group of guys. We'll see what happens. Do you want to finish those questions off from last week?
Let's bang out some questions.
This is a big one. Oh boy.
Yeehaw. So, guys, as you know, we are taking writing questions on the pod. Now, there was a question from last week that we didn't get around to, so we're going to bang it out right now. Hey, you two wonderful... Hey, let's start over. Joe. Today on Joe Reads English. Hey, you two wonderfully entertaining units. I would love it if JC could do a detailed breakdown of each year from the beginning until present day of his poker career, including what stakes he played, what his bankroll looked like each year, and how he managed it risk-wise. When and how did he shot take, and at what point, parentheses, year, did his bankroll become sufficient enough to give him the financial freedom he has today? Parentheses, if it's not too personal to say over the podcast. Love what you're doing. It's a great watch/listen every week. Kind regards, Nicholas from Sweden. Hell yeah, dude. Another Swedish guy. Great question, by the way. Like, really well worded, and fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think I've gone through this with you a few times on a couple episodes.
I think we've talked about what it's like early on in your career versus right now, but I really don't think we've gone through like the full transition over the years.
So my father was my main backer in my early, when I started. Mm-hmm. So I started playing at like 18, but then I wasn't playing seriously. I was just learning the game, playing limit poker with like $60, playing 5 cent, 10 cent with friends at houses, with a few $100s. I was a waiter. I never really built up a role early on. And then like my early 20s, again, my father would give me like $500 or $1,000, and I would work. I had my other jobs, and I would have a fluctuating bankroll between, $1,000 and $5,000. And I would see how long it would last me, going to the dog track and playing 1-2, 1-3, some 2-5,
Is the dog track a metaphor or is that a literal place?
Literal, yeah,
Okay.
Sarasota Kennel Club.
Oh, word.
Yeah. And sometimes the bankroll would last me months or weeks. And, but I would, yeah, I mean, I was always going broke. And, at 24, I made like 25K in a weekend. And then that's when I quit all my jobs. And I turned that bankroll into,
And this is what year are we talking?
I was 24 years old. So 2015.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an easy one. 34 minus.
Yeah. But, and my dad had probably given me 50 or 60K over the course between like 18 to like 25. We had the number like roughly in our
He gave you 60K.
50 to 60K throughout those 7 years. He passed away when I was 25. And I had a small bankroll, maybe 30, 40, 50K, something like that. And I told him, I always told, he believed in me. I was like, I'm going to make it one day and I'm going to pay you back. And he passed away in October. And that December, so 2 months later, I won a WPT for $136,000.
2 months after he passed away.
Yeah, $135,000. I won the tournament. I went to the bathroom and I bawled my eyes out. And because like I was super excited, and then I went to the bathroom and I was like, oh shit, I can pay him back. And
it wasn't there.
Yeah, and so I had like 135 plus the previous bankroll, like close to 200. Then I went on a massive cash game heater.
That's got to be really hard, man. Like,
because
I'm sure that was one of the biggest aspirations of your career was like, hey, I'm like taking all this money, but it's going to be worth it someday. And then you hit like a moment that's the apex of your career. It's not there.
But yeah, I mean, to answer another part of this question, I was always shot taking.
Yeah.
I was never good at bankroll management. I would have $3,000 to my name at 22, 23, and I would go play 5-10 PLO, which is just
crazy.
Retarded. Yeah, it's not advised at all.
5-10 PLO.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would have like 4 or 5 buy-ins in my bankroll, which you can, be gone in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I was constantly gambling 20 to 100% of my bankroll all the time. I was just used to being all in, and then I would just go work if I went bust. But like I just remember there's so many years where I counted my bankroll every night. Be like, oh, like here's 6,400. Okay, $6,400 bills, 98 or 47. Oh, I'm getting low, 47 or 35. Oh shit, I'm almost broke. Like, just I could literally count my bankroll every night for years, and getting over 10K was like such a monumental moment. And then so then I ended up like at 25 have like 180, 200. Go on a cash game heater of another 200 or 300. I think I had close to $500,000 and dusted it all in 8 months. Because that's like the what poker does to you.
Dusted $500,000.
It inflates your ego.
Wow.
So I started taking all the advice from my friends that were better than me. I started winning. I built up this role. And then I thought I was the best, and I thought I was like God's gift to poker, and I'm number one. No one can beat me. I started playing, 100, 200 PLO, 200, 400 PLO live, where you can just lose 100K in an hour. I was playing drunk.
We've talked about that too. We're like
I was playing drunk and doing
I think the first time you did when we were doing Shangri-La, I think the first time you
went through this story. Yeah,
you told the story of you like doing blow or getting super fucked up at a game and then spending all your money and crying in the parking lot.
Yeah, losing 100K in a night.
That sucks.
And then leaving the game at 7 a.m. and looking up at the sun And it's like someone's running by, like doing their morning run, and I'm all coked up, and I have tons of tequila.
Perhaps the worst feeling in the world. Seeing a runner when you're on coke, you're like, good God.
Yeah, you've taken like 10 tequila shots, and you're down. You blew 100,000, and you're like, what? Like, oh God, get me in a bed.
No,
I need to curl up in a ball and die.
Oh my God.
That was like a come to Jesus moment. But I was always shot taking. I grinded
on a guy at a nightclub.
I grinded 1-2 and 2-5 for years in my early 20s, and then 5-10 through like 23, 24 to for a long time. A lot of the private games are like 5-10, and then later at night when everyone's getting frisky and drunk, and they go to like 5-10 quarter, and then the 50, and then the 100 sometimes. So like 5-10 games are really, you can build huge bankrolls playing private 5-10 because they get way bigger at night, and then the quality of play is very low.
Private 5-10 late night. How late are we talking here?
Well, you gotta put your hours in. First, you have to get to know everyone. You have to get a seat. You have to play from start. You have to put years of your life into this. This is what I did. Like, you have to earn that seat. And yeah, the games that start at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, you play till 6 in the morning the next day, noon the next day. I did that for years. And then when I moved to Austin 5 years ago, I was still grinding, like 5-10 private stuff, some 10 1/4. I would shot take at 25-50, and then it's just been the last few years where I've gone up in stakes quite a bit, and now I'm comfortable playing 50-100.
What are the stakes in the stream? Like the biggest stakes you played on stream?
They always play 2 to 3 times bigger than advertised. So like the 5-10 stream plays like 25-50, 25-50 plays like 50-100 or 1-2.
Is that just an agreement that you guys make at the table, or
just because
Slick Rick push it?
It's Texas, and it's just poker in general, because people want to straddle, and then people want to buy in deeper. Yeah, if you're coming to Texas to play 5-10, you should know it's going to be playing more like 50 big blind.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just way bigger here. Did that kind of answer his question?
Yeah,
sufficiently.
I think the early stakes is like really important, to understand sort of what the run up looks like, and
I've had three major downswings in 5 years here, where I needed breaks, like we talked about last episode. Yeah, and then I've had some great upswings too.
Sick. Yeah. All right. Next question. I'm a dude, but I want to dress up as a chick to induce more action at the table. There is a beautiful dealer at the casino I frequent. How should I balance dressing up like a little slut and get her number?
Is this a real question? No name?
Nope.
All right, man. Good luck. I'm not answering this.
I'll answer it.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know, dude. I think I've thought about doing this. I've thought about perhaps wearing a dress on stage and just seeing how it goes. But I don't know, dude. Maybe like I think if you look really pretty, like if you have a lot of like effeminate features, I think you could get away with it. If you have a beard, this is probably not going to happen. But dude, I think it's all about like how much effort you want to put in and like really what you're willing to go for. So, maybe if you know a woman that can put some good makeup on you, maybe you get a nice wig. I think you could pull it off. Dudes at casino tables tend to have like low standards. So yeah, dude, induce that action, light it up.
I think you gotta get her number as yourself, and then the next day come in as a girl.
That kind of rocks.
Yeah, really throw a wrench in there.
Sick.
Gotta do a smooth pickup line. Wait till she like deals a queen on the river and be like, that makes 2 queens at the table. And boom, you're in there, dude.
A beautiful dealer at the casino.
Is that it for questions?
Yeah.
Yes, queen.
All right, we got a wild. Okay, so pause it. We have a new segment of the show,
Okay.
and it's going to be the Goob Hand of the Week.
Oh, nice.
So our buddy John Dorsey, aka Goob.
Note, Brandon, throw Goob's face in the video when you do this.
Okay.
So yeah, and his Instagram. So Goob U2 is going to send me a hand every week that he watches all the streams, and he finds his favorite hand of the week, and he sends it to me to review on the podcast. So Goob sent me this hand this week, and we're gonna check it out. It should be quite entertaining. This guy Jellyfish, I think we reviewed a hand where he played the Octo Crab 8-3 in a wild fashion. I think this guy, this is just classic private game action player, clearly has just fuck you money. And
Jellyfish or Big Mike?
Jellyfish. I'm not sure who Big Mike is, but yeah, this is classic street poker right here. So we have Jellyfish raises 2 10s in the cutoff. Jeff the Cash calls on the button, and Big Mike calls from the straddle.
Raise from Jellyfish.
Jellyfish.
So we're 3 ways to a flop. Flop is 2-4 queen.
10
Or
still
bam.
good.
Big Mike checks 5s.
Not
Jellyfish
really a horrible flop on the surface for anybody.
c-bets half pot, and Jeff the Cash instantly
Mike is going to get out of the way.
raises.
Actually, a raise
Kind of like a
from
min
Jeff.
raise, just over a min raise.
Hard
It's a 10-2.
spot here at this depth for pocket 10s. You improve very
Somebody
rarely,
speaking
and it's
Chinese at the table.
really hard to know if you're good or not.
I want to see if I could maybe do a translation on that.
Jellyfish
Jellyfish
calls
does call.
the
As Jeff
raise.
picks up
So
more
potential
outs
straight
on the
run out
turn.
here.
Jellyfish checks the 3 on the turn, and Jeff the Cash quickly bets large.
Also, that's a heart, Joe. No straight run out.
That is a
Right? Or
big
no, the
bet.
3. Oh, my bad.
Y'all good, baby?
So he bets 25K into 28,
So this is a bluff. Jeff's turning.
which is basically saying
Second
he's going
pair
to play
into a
for
bluff here.
stacks.
So wait, hold on. They
Well,
just
so
said this is a bluff by Jelly. What do they mean by that?
So Jeff the Cash has middle pair. He has a 4, and he's open-ended. He's playing. This line is
Oh, Jeff the Cat. Dude, my bad. I totally misread that. I read Jellyfish made the bet. Jeff the Cash made the bet. Yes, so it is a bluff,
Well,
but he does have 2 outs.
yeah. I mean, this bet isn't trying to get a better hand or a if he gets called, he's not getting called by worse. So he's really applying a ton of pressure to a single queen. He's applying a ton of pressure to 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, jacks. He's really, I mean, those hands are just going to have a miserable time. And for most people in Jellyfish's spot, they're going to fold 10s to this aggression. It's power poker.
Because he could have a queen. He could have 5-6.
Well, he could have deuces. I mean, he just called a single raise pre. You're playing a single raised pot. And in a single raised pot, you do not want to be shoveling tons of money in with one pair.
In a single raise pot, you don't want to be shoveling in tons of money with one pair.
Yeah,
Okay.
as a general rule, like strategy wise, you're gonna when the pot has just been a single raised pre, and stacks are going in after that on the flop or on the turn, people are generally gonna have stronger hands than one pair. They're gonna have sets. They're gonna have 2 pair. They're gonna have, sometimes big over pairs, but these are 2 middle strength hands, and they're playing for stacks in a single raise pot. This is an extremely aggressive line by both players, and it's just street poker. I mean, I think both of them know that they're playing tons of hands. Jellyfish has an incredible image of being absolutely wild and unpredictable. And so this could be kind of even mergy for Jeff the Cash, thinking he's good some of the times, and then also he can get some better hands to fold. So this bet can sometimes accomplish two different things. It can get some better hands to fold, and it can also kind of protect against some random hands, I guess, that Jellyfish could have. This is just a wild hand. Let's keep watching.
Seam with this large sizing. And this should be pretty effective against Jellyfish's exact hand. I
Should
wonder
be.
if Jeff is thinking that Jellyfish has a hand like this quite a lot.
But I doubt it will.
Hand like
Because
jacks
otherwise
through
it would not be
sixes.
the hand of the week.
Because he certainly would not be folding a queen to this sizing. Jellyfish calls with pocket tens. Jeff playing this really fast, and now Jellyfish has about 2/3 pot behind. And that queen on the river should give him some comfort. Jeff's going to know also that he absolutely cannot get a queen to fold if that was
Hold on. What is
even
option
possible before.
mean?
That's who the action is on.
Oh, okay.
So it's Jellyfish's option to act. He
Got it.
he has to check or bet.
Okay. Is that common? Have I just not noticed that?
No case for
Wow.
betting here from Jellyfish. I think he's just trying to
Holy
slow
fuck.
Jeff down. Well,
Wow.
Oh, I
All
know.
in. Here we go. And Jeff the Cash has got to lay it down here.
Snap calls.
what? Jeff calls.
Whoa.
Huh.
Middle pair versus second pair.
$183,000 pot. Heads
What
over
the
to
fuck would
Jellyfish.
lead you to?
$183,000 pot.
What would lead you to snap call in that position as Jeff the Cash? I don't understand this at all.
Yeah, this is
I genuinely of all the hands that we've watched on this,
Yeah.
the bet sizing, the action, the betting on certain things, this is the one that I think I understand the least. Can you try to
So,
break down the mentalities
I
of both these guys?
Yeah, I don't know who Jeff the Cash is,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm assuming these are both recreational players. I'm pretty sure, Jellyfish is a recreational player. These aren't guys that study the game for a living. They're playing with tons of heart and just, from their experience of however many hours they've put on the poker table. Leading the river all in with tens it's just a wild play. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Especially when there's two queens on the board.
Yeah, it's kind of indicative of having air. So
it's such an out of place wild bet that you would go, okay, this guy might be full of shit. I've got a pair of fours with the queens. We might be able to take this one.
Typically, like when a recreational gets to the river and then all of a sudden decides to lead out all in, it's for one of two reasons. It's because they missed and they're trying to take down the pot.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think, which is, this is what's happening here is the second situation is they don't want to get bluffed. And so they kind of take the decision away of checking and having to decide if the guy puts them all in. And I think that's kind of what's happening here.
They take the decision of checking and having to decide if this guy puts
they're
them all
concerned about getting bluffed.
in. Jellyfish is concerned
so
about getting
if
bluffed,
they-
so
if they-
he's like, let's go, let's get ahead of this thing.
Yeah. Which theoretically doesn't make a lot of sense, but you're not playing with professionals. You're playing with guys that are just winging it.
But there are a lot of pros on this string, like Rampage and Nick Airball. Those are
Martin Cabral's a pro, Airball's a pro. Yeah. There's plenty of pros on the table, but yeah, even what he says afterwards is kind of like looking into the mind of Jellyfish too. He wasn't, when he got called, he had no idea if he was good or not. He got called and he didn't know whether to turn his hand over as a winner or if he should, just if you rewind just like 10 seconds and let's listen.
Jellyfish. $183,000 pot heads over to Jellyfish.
Like the call? I didn't like when I heard the call.
I would be happy you make 55,000 more.
52. I'm happy now.
Only 52.
I'm happy now.
So yeah, pause it. So he says I didn't like when I heard call. So his bet really is kind of just way out there. He's not sure what his goal is by betting the river.
So when you play against these types of guys that play really loose, really wild, you know that somebody's obviously not playing GTO. What's the reaction?
Well, there's not a lot of. It's tough to get into their.
Is it like
their
playing
thinking.
chess where somebody plays like a bizarre opening because they just don't know the good openings, and you're like, all right, well, fuck, we're dancing in the dark here.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
It's kind of like dancing in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to get into the mind of someone who's just playing erratic.
Yeah.
There's not a ton
Trying to
of
get inside the mind of somebody that you can't get inside the mind of.
Yeah, there's not a lot of rhyme or reason to the decision, so you're kind of left guessing.
It's very challenging. Jesus. Well, I don't know, man. I guess last question to wrap it up. These guys, right? Like we've talked a lot about amateur games, and I think the big theme today was kind of like playing against people that are not pros, right? People that are a lot harder to understand. I've already asked you this, but I'll ask again. Like playing against people that are not playing by the book, what's like the number one piece of advice you have for playing against like wild players that you're not really sure what they're going to do?
I mean, you can go to just good fundamentals, trying to play in position, making sure if you're out of position, having, stronger holdings, just, you can beat them with good fundamentals with proper bet sizing and.
Yeah. 'Cause there's a reason it's called optimal. It's like, it will work.
It'll work.
Sometimes they'll play something way out of the book and you'll get beat, but over the long run.
But yeah, me personally, I enjoy going out into the streets and just playing 7-3 suited out of position for, big raises pre. Because again, I'm playing the majority of games I'm playing in, they're with recreationals, and I want to show action, and I want the game to be fun for them. If I'm in a private game and all I keep showing down is ace queen suited, ace king suited, aces, kings, queens, 10s plus, and I'm slow playing everything else until I have the nuts, people are gonna be like, I don't want to play with this guy. Like he's not giving anything back to the game. He's not giving any action. He's not. Just simply overcalling. So like if it's like a raise and call, you just call like with a shit hand. Like it's okay to, give some money back to the pot and not play every hand perfect. If you're playing with a bunch of killers, sure, play your fucking A game and try to win every dollar you can from them. But if you're in a private games atmosphere, it's okay to just give EV back and enjoy the game and not play perfect.
I love that.
Cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
Dude, great pod today. I had a fucking blast. I love the hand that Goob sent in. Jesus Christ, Joe. Speak English today. I love the hand that Goob sent in.
I love Goob.
This was great.
All right.
I'm gay.
See you guys.